quiet corner of Greenwich Village, New York, two young girls named Sue and Johnsy shared a small artist studio. They had come from different states to pursue their dream of painting. Their room was small but filled with light, laughter, and creativity. Outside, winter had started to cover the streets in a white, silent blanket. The cold wind whispered through the windows, and with it came illness. One day, Johnsy caught pneumonia, a silent enemy that crept in with the wind. She lay in bed, pale and weak, barely speaking a word. Sue sat beside her, trying to cheer her up, making jokes and painting by her side. But Johnsy only stared outside the window, at a vine growing on the brick wall. The vine was losing its leaves. One by one, Johnsy whispered, "When the last leaf falls, I will go too." Sue was stunned. "No, that's not how life works," she cried. But Johnsy believed it deeply, as if her life was connected to the vine. The doctor came and said, "Her body can heal, but her will to live must return." Sue tried to hide her tears as she held Johnsy's cold hand. Sue tried everything to make Johnsy smile, telling funny stories, cooking soup, painting beautiful pictures, but nothing worked. Johnsy continued to stare at the dying vine. Every time a leaf fell, she would sigh, "One less day for me." Sue couldn't bear it anymore. She needed help, someone who could shake Johnsy's belief. She went downstairs to find Behrman, an old, grumpy artist who lived alone. Behrman had always talked about painting a masterpiece, but had never done it. When Sue told him about Johnsy's condition, he grew serious. "A girl will die because she believes in a falling leaf," he grumbled. But in his eyes, a quiet determination sparked. He agreed to come upstairs and look at the vine. That night, a powerful storm hit. The wind howled through the alley, and rain lashed the walls. Sue closed the curtains tightly, praying the last leaf would not fall. Johnsy lay asleep, her breaths shallow and quiet. But downstairs, Behrman picked up his brushes and stepped into the cold. Morning came. The storm had passed, but everything was wet and gray. Johnsy slowly opened her eyes and turned toward the window. Sue hesitated, but pulled back the curtain. Both girls looked in silence. One single leaf still clung to the vine. "That leaf has stayed," Johnsy whispered. "Maybe I should too." Hope returned to her voice, even if just a little. Sue smiled through her tears. Yes, that leaf didn't give up. For the first time in weeks, Johnsy asked for something to eat. The doctor came and was surprised. "She is better today." But the joy didn't last long. Sue heard terrible news. Behrman had fallen sick after being out in the storm. He was found soaked, cold, and shaking the next morning. The doctor tried to help, but pneumonia struck hard. Within 2 days, Behrman passed away. Sue sat beside Johnsy and held her hand. "There's something I must tell you," she whispered. "That last leaf, it didn't survive the storm." Johnsy looked at her, puzzled. "It was painted by Behrman on that wall." Johnsy was speechless. Her eyes filled with tears. "He painted it in the storm," Sue nodded.
He risked everything. That was his masterpiece.
Johnsy looked at the leaf with new eyes, filled with meaning, not fear. She whispered,
He gave his life to give me mine.
As spring arrived, Johnsy's health returned fully. She began to paint again, only now her art was full of life. She painted birds, sunrise skies, children laughing, no more dark themes. Sue and Johnsy hung a sketch of a green leaf above their fireplace. Below it they wrote, "To Behrman, who painted hope." The story of Behrman and the last leaf spread through the village. Artists began calling it the leaf of life. Visitors came just to see the wall with the painted leaf. Children grew up hearing the tale of a man who gave his art and life. Johnsy would sometimes tell them, "That leaf saved me." True art does not always hang in galleries. Sometimes it's painted in silence under stormy skies for someone in pain. Behrman's masterpiece was not praised in magazines, but it lived in a heart. One painted leaf gave back a life, and a single act of kindness changed everything. Real art is not about fame. It is about meaning. Even one selfless act can save a life. Never lose hope. Even when all the leaves fall, one may stay to guide you back.